Hi my friends! Hi! Welcome to our channel English Professionally, and I decided to record this short and extremely important video. How I learned English, the best way to learn English. Yeah, great! But first, my friends, I'd like to tell you that I created one more English channel, English with Alexander. You know that my short name is, Alex, but my full name is Alexander. So, I really like this second channel, and I try to upload, lessons not only about grammar, but also speaking, vocabulary, lots of practice. And the most important thing is that I prepare these lessons beforehand, so mostly beforehand. So you don't need to wait. So you just can, watch and listen. Lots of information, okay? You just can actually look at the links, which are in the description below, and so have a look at this channel. So I really hope that you like it a lot. You know that we have already recorded videos, on English grammar. So different English grammar structures. You see 222 English grammar structures, 500 grammar structures, so it's a more advanced version, and also 700 examples with English verbs, and a very intensive course on modal verbs. Okay, and also you can also tell me the topics for the next videos. Okay, it would be great. Okay, my story, my friends, my story, really how I learned English, the best way to learn English in my opinion. Okay, so you see, this is your teacher. This is your English teacher and his wife. You see? And at present, I am 31. I'm 31. So almost 32. I have a family. So I have 3 children, 2 boys and a girl. 2 boys and a girl. So my eldest son is Sergey, so he is 5. So, my youngest son is Simon, he is 3. He is 3 years old. And you see my daughter, she's, just 6 months. She's 6 months. Okay, my friends, thanks a lot. So I tried, to combine, so recording these extremely useful videos, especially for you. And so doing lots of things, related to my family, work, and so on. Thanks a lot. Okay, and I hope that you want to hear some information. Okay, my friends. So first of all, I want to tell you my story. Just, childhood. Let's start with childhood, okay? I think it would be great. So, people often ask me, when did you start learning English? So, and I can answer 6 years old. So when I was 6 years old, I started learning English. And then I went to school. So, it was just a short course, and I just knew some basic words like, maybe elephant, tiger, and then I went to school. But the best thing about my school was that it was a language school. So the main subject was English. And I don't know actually what kind of experience you have, or what kind of experience you had, and how regularly you have or you had English classes. But as I know that most people have 2 or 3 English classes, a week. So, but as for me, you see, we had 5 English classes a week and lots of homework. So it was a very intensive program, and I believe that so I had about an upper intermediate level. So before finishing school, so upper intermediate level, upper intermediate. maybe not so strong, but between, I would say between intermediate and upper intermediate level. So my level was, at the end of the school. Okay, my friends, and please guess what my weakest point was. My weakest point, or my main problem. My main problem was grammar. So yeah, I knew different English words, not just a few English words, so really many English words. So I could read, but I had two main problems. So grammar and listening. So I would say that my English level, was mostly intermediate. So grammar and listening, good. Really, you see, I spent so much time in English and I couldn't understand grammar, and I was absolutely hopeless at listening to native speakers in particular. It was a real nightmare. You just can't imagine how terrible it was. Okay? And I decided to improve it, to change the situation completely. But okay, I had, that level intermediate and upper intermediate, and I was satisfied. With it. So I had a feeling of satisfaction. And so what actually factors can I name which helped me improve the situation? Okay, so what helped me? What can help you? Okay, the most important thing, my friend, is motivation. Okay? You know that I had to live on something, and so I need to get a job. But I have a job, so it's about the past. I need it here, or I had to get a job, but I couldn't because I was studying. At university, and I couldn't work full time. Okay, so I needed some money, and I decided to teach something. So what I could. So it was my mother's idea. Just actually, she encouraged me to do it. And she told me, okay, you can teach maths. And I started with, teaching mathematics. So I needed money. And I started giving lessons. So I gave lessons. So maths or mathematics. I'm quite good at it. So mathematics, and I gave lessons on mathematics. So I, wanted money, but I understood, really that it wasn't so interesting for me, and I found that I liked English much more, and I wanted to teach English. And I wanted to get some money to live on, just to buy food in the local supermarket, for example, okay? And you see, but I couldn't start teaching my English because my grammar and listening left a lot to be desired. So they weren't perfect at all, on the contrary. And so it just was my idea that, okay, it was my idea that actually I needed to start teaching English. Okay, motivation. So money, because I decided actually to connect my life with teaching and English in particular. And then, so when I was a second year student at university, actually experienced some kind of feeling of, I'll try to find the exact words for it, disappointment. It was disappointment, yeah, motivation. But you know that I failed a test. I failed one test. I failed a test on grammar. And when I was studying at university, I got into a weak group, into a very weak group. So people just can speak very simple or they can't speak at all. And I got into that group. So I failed a grammar test. And I was so disappointed. I was so disappointed about that. And I felt so uncomfortable. And I had a talk with our English teacher, with our new English teacher. I just explained everything to her, and I tried to find the most appropriate words, and I managed to persuade her. Okay, so I'm not a weak student at all, so I can speak English, just I need to work on grammar. And I decided to change it. So motivation, and I just wanted to prove. I just wanted to prove that I know English. So motivation, money, and I wanted to prove. And I wanted to prove, not to improve, yeah, to improve my English, yeah, or I wanted to prove that I know English. Okay, good. So two things, you see. And I did it, you see. Okay, so if you start thinking about yourself, so you need to have some kind of motivation. So maybe you want to find a better job where you need these skills or qualifications. So it should be about motivation first of all. And these two factors moved the mountains in my case, you see. And I just started spending all my free time on English, So evenings, mornings, nights, holidays, and so on. And I learned English for hours. So the best way, I believe, that the best way to learn English is self-education. You know that you can get some information, so when you attend a course, but the information you get, you have to confess, yeah, and you need to realize it, is very limited, Okay, for example, I want to know the information about phrasal verbs, okay, and I'll be lucky if I know something maybe about 5-10 phrasal verbs in English, but it's too little. Yeah, if you're really serious about understanding native speakers, so I believe that you need to know at least maybe 250, 300 phrasal verbs, yeah, to feel more or less comfortable. So self-education first of all, self-education. So maybe you think, my friend, that you need to pay money all the time for everything, so for English courses, for applications, so for lessons, I believe that it's rubbish. It's rubbish, it's just comfortable maybe for other people and for some organizations, yeah, to make you think, so. But in fact, yeah, if you have money, you can invest in your education, why not? But you can't ignore this factor. So I have a person who is a genius person. Who? So he was born a genius? No, hard work. First of all, hard work. It will lead you to success. Okay, self-education. And so what you need to do? So self-education, first of all, you need to improve your grammar. And not only reading, but exercises, lots of exercises on grammar. And start with basic grammar. So basic or for beginners first. So do exercises, lots of exercises, different kinds of exercises. Okay, good. Next, what can help you is, reading adapted books with with audio and listening. So it's a very common mistake. So people read books, they read grammar books, and they fail to notice that they need to listen to it if they want much more progress, reading and listening. So you can't grasp the language, yeah? If you only read, it's very unnatural, yeah? So you need to read and listen, and there are lots of series. For different levels. You can start with beginners, so elementary, you can't ignore it. So read and listen every day. And I was doing it. So in the morning and in the evening. Yeah, it's really very, very important. Okay, my friend, next, yeah, as well as improving your grammar, reading some adapted books, yeah. So your question might well be about speaking. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, work on your speaking, but you can speak to yourself. Yeah, you can think in English. Yeah, it's also some kind of exercises, and you can find you can make some friends from abroad. Why not? Who live abroad. So make new friends who live abroad, and talk to them online. Talk to them online for free. You don't need to pay money for it. Maybe you have an idea, or you have some kind of illusion that I know only English, but it isn't so. So I was really serious about learning Chinese, and so I made good and rapid progress, and so I did it. So it's easy. You just need to find a partner, and you'll speak and use simple words like, okay, where do you live? Yeah, you'll ask, so where do you live? Where are you from? What do you do in your free time? So, okay, so what's your job? And so on. Okay, what are your hobbies? Do you like football? Do you like English? How do you learn English? And so on. So it's very, very important. Yeah? So if you're reached an upper intermediate level or intermediate level, so you can start teaching English. You can start teaching English. So one of my teachers said once, so if you want to understand a certain subject, you need to start teaching it. So if you have an intermediate level, you can start teaching it, for beginners, you can start having a simple conversation with them, and you'll see a significant improvement in your English. Start teaching English. Yeah? For, as beginners, so you can improve your level a little bit more, and so for pre-intermediate students, and so on. So it's a very important English speaking practice. Okay, you see, that's it. So working on your grammar, so you can watch different videos and do exercises. Reading adapted books every day and listening to them is absolutely essential. Next, training your speaking skills. So speaking to yourself, or if you have this opportunity, you can start teaching English if you want to help maybe your friends, your acquaintances, and so on. Okay, and last but not least is listening a lot. Okay? So not only what you have to read, yeah, but other sources. Listening a lot to native speakers. Okay? You know that I was studying a lot, yeah, as a background. So I was studying a lot, and I didn't have free time at all. I had no free time at all. I had to do lots of work sitting in front of my computer. But I was listening to the radio. mostly BBC radios, so mostly Radio 4 and different programs, so British English, and so I was listening a lot. Okay, just my day. Okay, I came, I came home, for example, at 3 o'clock. Then I started doing something about the house, but before it happened, I had turned on the computer and started listening to the radio. And the radio was on maybe from 3 o'clock till 11 o'clock, and so maybe 7 or 8 hours a day. 7 or 8 hours a day. 7, 8 hours a day. Not less. Not less. Because if you just do it, half an hour, it's too little. Okay, it's my experience. Okay, it's my experience. In your experience, okay, how much time do you spend at home, or how much time do you spend walking? You need to listen a lot. Okay, so if your level is upper intermediate, good level, or advanced, so you need to listen to native speakers, and speakers real English. So speakers fast and real English. So if your level is lower, than upper intermediate, okay, just spend more time on reading and listening at the same time. So reading and listening at the same time. Okay, so reading and listening, and you can also listen to simple English, books, books, conversations, and so on. Okay, you see, and then it's also a matter of the correct pronunciation. Okay, good. How can you work on it? Pronunciation. You see, so you need to repeat, after native speakers. So read, listen, and repeat. Okay, my friends, it's a very intensive program. So, yeah, don't get into the trap, of spending your money and having no result at all. Yeah, I think that maybe you had this kind of idea, but you'll give it up immediately. Okay, just eat shortly. My friends, you see, if you have some questions, yeah, don't hesitate to contact me, or feel free to contact me. Yeah, and I try to do my best, on this channel, on the channel English Professionally, and on the channel English with Alexander. Just these two channels are a little bit different. The thing is that I prepare this information beforehand, and for example, you can learn about 500 grammar structures in an hour. Yeah, you don't need to spend 3, 7, or 10 hours, just 1 hour. And you know lots of information about, 500 English grammar structures and so on. Okay, have a look, and please also tell us about your experience of learning English, and so your impression concerning the second channel. So the courses are really great, my friends. So the best way of learning English is the following. So I told you about it in short. Okay, my friends, I wish you good luck. Don't stop. Success will come. Maybe not in 1 day, not in 2 days, not in 3 days, but success will come. You need to work every day, every single day. If you missed a certain day, that's not right. So if you can't read, you can think in English. If you can't speak English, you can listen to it, and so on. It's just a matter of motivation. So you need to have very strong factors which will motivate you. Yeah, and okay, when will you start doing it? And I think that most students will say, okay, tomorrow, maybe tonight, maybe before I go to bed tomorrow. No, my friends, no. No tomorrow. We don't know whether tomorrow comes or doesn't come. No, now, only now, right now. So if you're really serious about it, you need to start doing it right now without any delay at all. Without it. Okay? So it means that. So what can you do right now? So you can, open some grammar books. You can start doing some exercises. Okay, maybe you feel a little bit bored. You can start listening to our lessons as a background. You can do your things about the house. You can cook, something tasty or delicious. It doesn't matter. And you can listen to these videos. Maybe you don't understand, but understanding will come. With time, if you work hard enough. And it's what I wish you, my friends, and see you here and on our second channel, my friends. I wish you good luck. Bye bye.